Hi guys, it's Mitch here. I'm just coming on to do the Facebook reveals for you all. So if you were drawn to card 1, you have got the energy of garden, and it just sort of says here, something lovely will grow from this. Oops. So basically this is a really powerful time for you to plant your seeds of intention, to start to nurture, and to start to really think about what do you actually want from your life, how do you actually want your life to be, and start to sort of plan all of those things, start to bring all those things into fruition. Because sometimes what happens with life is we get these great ideas of things we feel we could be doing or we could turn our hand to, but we never almost plant that into the earth and actually allow it to sort of grow, to take sort of roots and to blossom. Sometimes we just flirt with the idea of something, but it never really grows anywhere. And if you look at this big old tree, or these trees in the background, they haven't grown overnight. They've taken lots of years, lots of planning, lots of kind of time to get to that sort of strength and maturity of where they're at. So it's that whole sort of thing of, Rome isn't always built in a day, but there has to be a starting point. So I sort of see this card a little bit as, for some of you, give yourself the opportunity of having a starting point. It doesn't mean that you're going to have instant success. It doesn't mean that the thing you want to do is going to be completely fabulous overnight. There might be some hard work, there might be some dedication and some nurturing required, but give yourself the opportunity to have that starting point. That's what I really feel. So many people are coming to me for readings and saying, I want to do this, I want to do that. And there's always a but. And usually the but is a fear or an anxiety of their own mental mind, of their own limitation, holding them back. And it's remembering that, you are the doorkeeper of your own destiny. And whilst here on this physical earth, you can achieve and you can experience whatever you want within reason, but you've got to give yourself permission to have that. And I think that that's what this card is also about. When it talks about something lovely will grow from this, I think you've got to give yourself permission for it to kind of come to you. So plant those seeds of intention, believe in the magic, and watch this space, because something fabulous is within fingertips, within reach, okay, if you want it to be. Now then, if you've been drawn to card 2, we're going into the energy of lavender. This is a really kind of cool card, and it just sort of says here, surround yourself with love. This is really interesting because we had lavender last week on the Rachel Patterson cards, and I think it was card 2 last week, so there's a bit of a continuation message there, I think, for some of us. So surround yourself with love. To me, I mean, if you look at this card, you've got the beautiful kind of witch is familiar, you've got all the sort of girls chilling on the sofa, catching up, having a good time. And I think that's really what it's all about. Lavender is a calming, peaceful sort of scent and sort of powerful herb. And it's all about being able to bring stillness, kind of, that sleepy sort of energy. It's wanting to bring all of that peaceful energy into your life. So if you've been sort of getting consumed in the rat race of life, if you've been hustling around here, there and everywhere, this is a time to sort of de-stress from the world. It's a time to just detach a little bit and to remember what gives you this feeling. I had this the other day. So on Sunday I met up with my beautiful parents, my sister and my sister's boyfriend, and we all went out for a lovely meal, and it was just lovely to switch the world off for a couple of hours and to just connect. And that's what it's all about, and that's really what this card is encouraging. Sometimes it doesn't have to be anything big or extravagant. Sometimes just meeting up, rocking to somebody's house, putting the kettle on, having a brew, putting the worlds to rights. Sometimes that's enough, isn't it? And I am noticing quite a lot of people are quite fearful to go out and mix still because of the sort of external world, and it's remembering to still touch base with the people that matter, the people that you love. And again, like it says, surround yourself with great things, surround yourself with these people that add value. But I also feel this is about detaching from the world a little bit, switching the world off. If it gets too loud, if it gets too dominating, just turn it off a little bit, and find that sort of inner peace within, whether it's independently or surrounded by a good few collection of friends. It might just be one other person, it doesn't matter, but finding and giving yourself permission to receive this Okay, so an interesting card, very interesting that we've got lavender again. So obviously lavender, if you're drawn to that card, is what you need to be working with, either as the herb itself or as an oil, or as a sort of incense that you can burn. That's going to be really beneficial. Now then, guys, if you've been drawn to card 3, we're going into the energy of dragon, and it just says here, slay them all. Now, to me, I see dragon as, because they are, I mean, dragons are very powerful, but in terms of this card, I sort of see this as almost like the dragons being the beasts, the overwhelming energy that you're up against. It's almost like with this card, there's an element of good triumphing over evil. And I know that dragons energetically are not evil, they're very powerful, they actually have a lot of healing qualities. But looking at it in this way, this is almost like a fantasy card. So for anyone that works with dragon energy, please don't be offended, because I don't mean it in that way. I just mean it in the context of what this card is about. But to me, with dragons and slay them all, I actually see this as like, you know, you might be battling some external stuff, which might feel like sort of dragons, demons or monsters almost overruling your energy, or this could be some mental internal battles. It could be that maybe your mental mind is thinking and working overtime and feeding into quite a lot of negative cycles or negative patterns. And when we're talking about slay them all, you have the power to defeat whatever type of darkness you might be up against, or what might have recently kind of blocked your pathway. You carry the sword here, but I also see the sword as almost like a torch of light, and you carry that within your own heart. So you have this amazing light within you, and you do have the power to kind of detach, to cut away, as it says, to slay them all. You can slay all of your, you know, your demons in your mental mind, but it's giving yourself permission to do that in the first place. You know, some of us, for whatever reason, get caught up in these cycles where we feel stuck as a victim, and it's remembering that you're not a victim. You've come out of that stuff, and you know, you are victorious, but you need to start seeing that, you know. So she can actually regain kind of control over this castle, which could potentially be seen as her kingdom. So if you feel like you're being blocked with mental illness or depression or anxiety or physical people or circumstances or situations around you, this is a really important time to just push forward, to move past those anxieties, those fears, those limitations, and keep shining and reclaim what is rightfully yours, reclaim your kingdom. And that could be seen as your physical body. You know, if this is mental stuff, it's reclaiming your physical body, your mental mind, so you can put your best foot forward. There's a clear road here, and there are actually no dragons standing in front of that. All the dragons are actually up high, and you know, the dragons actually aren't causing any problems here at the moment. She's aware of them, but they're not actually disrupting her. Maybe she's playing into that fear, that anxiety. This could also indicate perhaps you're, to a degree, creating problems that don't actually exist, but you're seeing something larger than it actually is. So do what's needed to regain kind of clarity and peace back in your world, okay? But be conscious of where you choose to feed your energy, your inputs and your outputs, because where we feed our energy into, that's what we create and that's what we attract in our physical world. So, and it's easy to say that, but it's remembering it when we're in the thick of something, you know? But you have the power to overcome and to override the problem, the blockage, or the obstacle that you're up against. So an interesting set of cards this week. Going to leave them with you. I hope they resonate. I hope they make sense. Stay safe, stay well, and I'll catch up with some of you lovelies very soon. Take care. Bye for now.